So a couple of weeks ago on our podcast, Tom and I said we would love to get fully fitted for golf clubs. Not something we've done before, full on fitting.
Yeah, and we were so lucky because the guys at Ping sent us an email saying, hey, why don't you come down to our European headquarters of fitting in Gainsborough and get a full bag fitting.
You wouldn't believe what we've done. We've come to the headquarters in Gainsborough and now we're going to get a full bag fitting.
Should we have the
best,
best day of our life?
Go.
This is.
It looks to me like a golden putter.
I love this sort of stuff. I'm such a geek for all this sort of stuff. So every time you win on tour, Ping give you a golden putter. This is Bubba Watson's golden putter for winning. We'll just read what it says.
For when he won the Masters in 2012. What?
Are you having a laugh, mate?
Oh my God.
Gold putter.
Yeah, can we get one of those? Okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to go and get my clubs fitted.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you which clubs I get or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we'll swap over.
Okay.
Then you can get yours fitted.
So you want to go through there? I'll just have some putts.
Yeah, you do some putting.
I'll just roll some balls.
Yeah.
And then you go and have a full bag fitting.
Okay, bye. Take care. Love you.
Best day ever.
So if you hit, let's say 5 balls with your own clubs.
Yeah. What happens, right, when people come for a fitting? What happens if they're just like, I'm not hitting it today, you know what I mean? Like yesterday I was great.
If they're having a really bad day,
Yeah.
and it's a really bad day, we can just rebook them. And we just say, look,
Just come back to me.
Yeah. Because you get people coming, like you came this morning,
Quite a lot of pressure.
and you're like, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And it means so much.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it can get too much for them. So
Yeah.
part of our job is really just try and relax you. And that's why I was letting you hit a few shots early on. And
Yeah, just calm down, Tom.
yeah. Nice shot. Okay.
This is the flat lie. Yeah, that's proper.
So this is your club head speed.
Yeah.
It's the last one you can see. I don't really look at club head speed a whole lot when I'm fitting. It's a guide. But from a fitting point of view, it's more about how you're swinging it, how you're loading the shaft, what ball speed you're coming out with. So ultimately, I want to try and get your ball speed up a little bit.
Okay.
Launch angle, spin rate, and then just getting this dispersion tighter.
Yeah.
Is what we want to get.
Yes. So is that quite a big dispersion at the moment? I feel like it's quite early on in the day, so I'm still warming up a bit.
It's not massive,
Okay, good.
but I think I'd like to get it a little bit tighter.
Let's do it.
I would hope so, anyway.
Ball speed up, dispersion tighter.
Ball speed
These
up,
are the mantras.
distance further.
Right,
So,
better.
wrist to floor measurement is 38. So we're going to that first crease.
Okay.
So you're 6'3", 38. So if you look at your height, with you being at 38, you are just coming into that shaded area at plus ½ inch.
So where are we? So we're 38. So we're here.
Yeah.
Here-ish.
So you're still in the ½ inch and 3 degrees upright. So white is our lie angle we're going to look at first, and then we're going to look at ball flight.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I think I understand. I was asked before we started, have I done a club fitting before? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And already I'm like, no, not like this, no.
Right, okay.
That strike was more common. Little thinny, yeah.
So we know through you hitting shots just then that kind of left to right is your shot shape.
Yeah.
Right miss with driver is a big issue.
Yeah.
Do you know roughly how tall you are?
About 5'7".
5'7". Okay. So if you
Average height
stand,
in the UK for a man, so don't worry about that. That's not small or anything, it's just fine.
5'7".
Yeah,
perfect.
5'7".
So actually you just sneak into standard length, so you're fine.
Standard.
So 5'7" to 6 foot suggests starting at standard length.
Yeah.
And then 33 and a bit wrist to floor comes in at. So for us, our standard lie angle is black.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a starting point, we'll build something up to standard length black colour code.
Yeah.
But through shot shape, might vary slightly.
Okay.
So we'll keep an eye on what happens.
Interesting.
I suppose model for you.
Yeah.
What do you want to look at?
I might start with, is it the G440s?
Yeah.
For me, I really want to work on, I don't want it to be springy.
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel like I've got at the moment, is sometimes it flies off the face.
And you can't control that distance front to back.
No, and also you don't know what a good feel is like on these. It's totally it feels like you're hitting a sponge.
Yeah.
Whereas I was hitting those Mizunos a few weeks ago and they weren't, it was, probably a club and a half shorter.
Yeah.
But my God, the feel was wicked.
Okay.
So, your clubs that you're using, have you looked at the ping range?
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you an idea of model that you were thinking of going towards?
I had a season with blades a couple of years ago. I'm not sure I'm good enough for blades, but at least I think the blades I had, which were Cobras, were not as forgiving as ping blades can be. So I am interested in blades, but then the one that's just the shift above that is the, I'm getting all the...
I530?
Yes, I530. Yes, that's the one that's taken my eye the most, because I feel like that's the first step out of blades, isn't it?
So the way the range goes...
Look how beautiful they are.
We go blueprint teeth, that is forged, that's a pure sort of muscle back golf club.
You're getting these guys.
Some of our pros wouldn't even use that, because you do have to really strike it in the middle of the club. I mean, Tyrrell Hatton's one of our players. He's great to listen to when he's on the course, because he often says, "Oh, thank God for pings," because he does not always hit it in the middle.
Yeah.
So many golfers don't.
Yeah. So we've got the
Blueprint S.
Blueprint S and the I530.
I530.
Okay.
And then, if you imagine this is, let's go black.
Yes.
Okay. So if that's black.
Yes. That's
upright is that way.
I
so
see.
That goes more.
Fine.
So that current lie is 61 degrees. So actually, if I change that to black, so 62 is standard black.
Yeah.
Lie angle is pretty good at that. So current lie is 61.8. So that's about standard lie angle for us.
Right.
We're going trying 3 degrees more upright.
So I've been playing with a...
Possibly.
No, this is good, because I've now got something to... The bad work when I can finally blame my tools. So just a little bit, but yeah. It's all going to be fine, guys. Yeah. So it feels like the toe's really far up, but it's not. Well, in my head, it feels like it's like that.
Yes, because it's very different to what you're used to seeing. What I thought was interesting is that when you got this, you almost looked, to me, you looked to be swinging it a little bit easier, as though you were a bit, oh, I'm not sure about this. And your club head speed has dropped a little bit. Now, there's no reason that should drop, because, as I say, it's a steel shaft, yours is a steel shaft, half-inch long, yours is half-inch long. So the setup of the clubs are fairly similar. So what I want to probably have a look at is some different shafts.
So what was that shaft that I was just using?
That was similar to yours, KBS.
Okay.
So it's KBS tour stiff.
So you go stiff shaft when you're around this sort of speed?
Yeah, around
100.
As a generalisation, yes.
Okay.
Right, so
what are we doing here? We're going...
different shaft.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk about it too much, because I don't want
that's great.
You to be influenced.
No, love that. Yeah, that's it. Interesting.
Feels like they go a mile.
Obviously, the kind of numbers that we look at is club speed, ball speed, how high the ball launch is, how much backspin we create.
Yeah.
With irons, carry distance is a lot more important than actual total distance.
Yeah.
Height of the shot, so peak height. Landing angles become really important over the last maybe 3-4 years now that 7-iron lofts are very different.
Yeah.
So you can get 6 or 7 different models of 7-iron that all vary in loft. Landing angle is really important to kind of work out stopping power. I suppose looking at your 7-iron in the Cobra to the ping, what you do really well is you repeat your club speed. Okay. So we know through the ball speed increasing that the quality of strikes better. Without actually putting any more effort in, you've gained another 10 yards.
Yeah, that's mad.
Which is good.
Really good, yeah, because that's what I want my 7-iron to be.
Yeah.
And that's what that is more a reflection of what it is.
So we've increased distance, dispersion's a little out, which could be down to the shaft a little bit, or lie angle.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have a look at that. But the fact that we've hit the ball 13 feet higher, our landing angle's 2 degrees steeper, and we've hit it 10 yards further.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good.
Good start. So just change the shaft with this. So we started with a regular, so this is stiff.
Okay.
In this family.
Okay.
We've actually started to lose a little bit of efficiency. So we've got 7 miles an hour in ball speed. That's 7 miles an hour. Look how much distance it's lost.
Yeah.
So
those first ones felt really nice.
Okay. Well, let's go back to a regular shaft then.
Yeah.
And just play around with different weights to see kind of how you interpret weight and kind of obviously the outcome.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's the one. It feels cleaner, crisper.
Well, if we have a look at numbers, so club head speed, similar to your own, then whether you started swinging it harder, because I said you look to be swinging it softer. But you look at ball speed, I see how ball speed's jumped. Yeah. So 5 mile an hour faster. Your front to back numbers were we're quite nice and tight.
Yeah. So that's the club I started with. That's what I was playing with at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's where we're getting to now.
That's where we're getting to now.
Yeah, you're right about the swing speed. Look. Okay.
So I just wonder if I've gone a little bit too upright. Some of those shots look to be going a little bit left.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just try flattening this.
Okay.
Just dropped it down a degree.
That felt gorgeous. Yeah. So you've gone from white there to
White. So I've just dropped down to 2 degrees upright from 3 degrees upright.
Yeah. There's a lot of choices. So many variables. There's so many things you can tweak.
You like the feel of that shaft, yeah?
Yeah.
You like that one?
Yeah. So we changed shafts here,
Change shafts.
and we've still got the same lie angle.
Still the same light.
What I like about this, Nick, is the blind tasting element. Just do it.
Yeah. I just want feedback from you on how
Yeah.
it feels.
No, I had down on that. Yeah, I mean, that was very high. Yeah, so nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a look. Ball speed's good, as
Yeah.
you can see. So they're all of the shafts we've been hitting. So the white is your own.
Yeah. Gosh,
Yellow-
shorter and down there. Yeah.
Yellow was the second one, which is a similar shaft to yours.
Yeah.
So when we went a little bit flatter,
That's the red one.
that's the red one. You
Yeah.
can see we're getting better numbers.
Yeah.
But if you look at carry, 163,
Yeah.
total 172.
Yeah.
But that plus or minus that back is what works for me.
So what have you done? Can you now reveal?
I can't reveal yet. So that's
The results are in.
well, I was trying different weights of shafts and various different things to
Okay.
see how you feel on the weight
Yeah.
and the flex. They're all stiff flex profile.
But just lighter or heavier.
Some was lighter, some was heavier. So I went lighter,
Yeah.
which is oh yeah, that feels softer.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Then
yeah.
I went to this one, which then was back heavier again, and you really like that one.
So heavier
And
must
again-
be because it does more work almost. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's heavier, so I just
Yes.
do that, and it's
Yeah, I mean it's not a heavy shaft as such, but it's 120 grams.
What did I have before? Do we know? Does it even say?
120. 120.
Oh, so we've ended up back on what I
yeah,
had before.
similar flex, just a different type.
So at this stage, do you go, let's try even heavier, or are you like, oh, we're getting into a happy zone
no,
here?
I think
Because I did like those.
I
really
think
like
we're
those.
happy at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so thin.
Shot.
Cheers.
So again, because you repeat really well in your club speed, your distances haven't really changed too much. So yeah, I mean, the one that we've hit as good in ball speed but real tight dispersion has probably been a little lighter than most of those.
Yeah, okay.
So let's put that shaft into a couple of different heads
Okay.
and see how they feel.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Here we go.
Here we go.
So again, it's not that you won't be able to hit these.
Yep.
It's just because if any off-centered shots,
Yeah.
it'll highlight
I mean, they
the
look-
fact that the ball speed won't be very high.
Oh, that's beautiful. That felt so nice. Yeah. Those feel really nice.
Your dispersion left to right. Do you want to hit a 7 iron 150 yards and your
Yeah.
dispersion be a bit wider?
Yeah.
Or do you want to hit it 145 yards?
Yeah.
And your dispersion left to right is 15 foot.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's really interesting, isn't it? So there you go. I'm hitting it half decent based on the numbers that I'm giving.
Yeah. You're losing 4 yards.
Yeah.
So from an efficiency point of view, it's very good.
Yeah.
But the good thing for me is if you overlap kind of what you do with your own clubs to that blueprint S, look at the difference.
Yeah. Dispersion's so much better.
Dispersion's so much better.
Yeah. And front and back and left and right.
Yeah. And in actual fact, you look at how far you hit your club
Yeah.
to the blueprint S.
Yeah. There you go then. Yeah,
You
more
hit
greens.
more
Yeah,
greens.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, they look incredible.
Yes.
They're very, very cool.
So this extrapolates from everything you've got from me hitting 7 irons. This is now going, this is you across all the clubs.
Yeah.
I want a nice high 200 yard.
7 wood or a 3 hybrid. Either
This is a big source of debate on the show. I'll probably try 7 wood. Don't tell Tom Green.
But then
that 200 yard shot in though is so important, having a high 200 yard shot in.
Let's have a look at driver.
I'm an irons player, I'm an irons guy.
Right.
As soon as I get my driver out, all hell breaks loose. I've always been the guy who ends up just using his 3 wood all the time.
Okay. Let's see you hit your own driver then. It's not too bad.
Okay.
Spins in the right area, just launching it a little bit low. Would like to launch it a little bit higher. If we can launch it a bit higher, we're going to get potentially 13 yards of gain.
Yeah, okay. Oh, hello. Ping G440 by any chance? Don't mind if I do. Okay, don't tell me anything that you've done to it.
No.
Oh, what? Like it's got more juice.
Again, just tell me how it feels.
I think the second, this has been better.
Well, this has been consistent.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, wow. So that's gone up from 91.
So that's how it was. We really can't get a lot better.
No.
Yeah, 238 carry compared to 227 with your own.
Yeah.
263 total, 256.
Yeah.
We've still gone 10.5 degrees, so similar loft.
And have we messed around with this at all? This all neutral?
It's just a neutral.
Great. And this business as well?
I've not moved that at all. Okay. I didn't see a need necessarily to do it. You didn't get any cuts.
No bananas. It's sort of at the end it's going, but I think that's wind and absolutely pure.
Tour chrome, tour chrome, 65 stiff.
65. So is that lighter or heavier shafts than the first one?
Similar.
Similar, okay.
The weights of the shafts were similar.
Right, okay.
I saw a different shot to what I was expecting.
Yes.
When you said, oh, I'm rubbish with this, it's bananas and all sorts.
Yeah.
You actually did pretty good.
I think it's because
drive well.
I think it's cause. Thank you very much. I think it's because my course is tight. Muswell Hill is tight. So North London, little, tricky. Yeah. So you get punished hard. You can't play it without a driver really. But
no, I thought you hit the driver really well.
Yeah.
That's when I'm driving like that on the course. That's when I'm driving well.
Again, looking at ball speed, looking at launch 30 to 35 is good with driver because it gets you a little bit of kind of ground help.
Yeah.
I suppose the one thing for us, launch direction to a degree.
Okay.
If you're going to hit a little bit of a fade, fine, but it needs to be controllable.
Exactly.
But I mean, your club path with 7 iron to driver hasn't actually changed. And with those irons, you only created 10 feet of curvature.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel better about myself.
There you go.
Great, perfect, yeah.
That's what we're for.
Yeah, I feel great now.
Better. Didn't quite go as far as yours at the minute.
Okay.
Ball speed wise, we're a couple of miles an hour down.
Yeah.
But there's a hell of a lot of spin that's been it's increased there.
Yeah.
So height wise, landing angle.
They were definitely going higher, weren't they?
But
yeah.
Okay.
Got dispersion. Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to hold on to that. Get a little bit more ball speed.
Yeah.
Change that backspin, hopefully, which should drive that distance up.
Okay, cool. I'd say it's consistent.
How's your shaft feel?
Nice.
Much different?
Yeah.
So a little bit stronger in the tip.
Okay.
So hopefully trying to almost create a little bit of that head not wanting to kick past your hands so much. So like again, dispersion wise is great. But a little bit with the irons, if we can improve that dispersion left to right, you can play out the middle of the fairway all day long.
Which is what I want. All I want.
So your launch direction is always minus, so it's always starting left to target. You can afford to aim left and fully commit.
Yeah.
And know that if you do, you're getting that.
Yeah. I'm also so conscious that I'm not going to put a club in my hand and it's going to get rid of my fade.
No.
That's technique stuff. And that felt amazing. They both felt great, those ones that I committed to.
That's not moved an awful lot in the air, you know?
No.
That's only moved 32 feet.
Yeah.
So we've just tried to guard against that extreme fade by putting the weight in the heel.
Okay. So what have I got here? I've got
it's just a standard max head
at
9 degree with a tour black stiff shaft.
Okay, nice.
So a little bit stronger in the tip area.
Yeah, of course. I like that. I'll use that all day on the podcast. Yeah, perfect. That's the one. Those felt great.
Good.
7 wood.
Hello, 7 wood. Don't tell Tom Green I'm using a 7 wood. This is just between you and me. Tom Green hears I've got 7 wood in my hands. This will be a victory for him.
Well, that's just carried 200.
Yeah, that's what I need.
So just need to look at wedges.
Okay.
So, we've already established 50, 54, 60, I think.
50, 54, 60, yes, correct. The 54 has sort of become my stalwart. The 54 has become my lots and lots of chipping It's my go-to. It's always my default chipping thing.
So,
Sometimes I'll go back and use a pitching wedge or an 8-iron or something for a chip and run. But if I'm within a few yards of the green, I'll get the 54 out.
So versatility.
Thank you. Okay.
You have a look at those two. They're the two that it's for you.
Those are different grinds. And very quickly, what is the grinds? That's this bit here.
So that's what they call a half moon grind.
Yeah.
So they've taken a little bit of material out here.
Yeah.
So as you can see, it says 8 degrees of bounce. That one's got 8 degrees of bounce in the I2, but it's got that sand cup design.
Yeah. Okay. Have a go and see what's
Have a
what.
go with both of those two. What do you think?
All right. Let's start with E. Okay. I mean.
Sounded pretty good actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds clip that nice.
Yeah.
That's the 54.
Okay. I love these clubs. Yeah. I mean, I could just stand here and hit these all day. Like, yeah.
Probably go a little bit flatter in the 60.
Yes.
Just because you're not hitting it flat out,
Yeah.
and so you don't get the same shaft bow
Yes.
down as much.
Yes. Okay.
Because it doesn't bow down as much, you don't
Yes.
want it off the ground as much. So I'll probably just go a little bit flatter on that one than the rest of your set.
Okay.
So that'll be blue.
So you go 3 wood at the minute.
Yeah, 3 wood at the minute. I'm only using a 3 wood because I don't trust it really. Big, wide open par 5.
Strike.
Yeah.
This is a 4 wood,
Oh, it's a 4 wood. Yeah, it's definitely easy to hit.
but it's 5 wood length. So
Okay.
a little shorter, just see if it's a bit more controllable. Good strike.
Yeah, it's a great strike.
Okay.
I mean, if I was hitting those on the golf course, I'd be absolutely over the moon.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's amazing.
So you carried that to nearly 200,
Yeah.
207. Again, 17 degrees loft. Actually, when you hit it,
Put more loft on it shot.
yeah, even though you're hitting slightly down lock.
But this is so interesting for me to know what this is. Like, I've never known what makes it do that, and that feeling is, yeah, okay, it's wristy. Okay, that makes sense.
So it could be the customary 4 wood, 7 wood combo here.
Is that El Clasico, is it?
Yeah.
Guys, it's the new 7 wood. It's huge.
Yeah.
I'm not used to getting that much height on it.
Yeah.
It's really going high.
I think that might just be a little bit today in what you're doing a little bit.
Yeah,
of.
okay.
Gapping wise now, 190 to 208.
That's nice, isn't it? That's
so your
really
gapping
nice.
wise is really good.
Yeah.
So we've gone slightly different in the fairway woods.
Yeah.
So knowing that you kind of off the deck, that regular shaft was better.
Yeah.
We've gone back to regular.
Okay.
But because the fairway wood shafts are a little heavier. Okay. So again, just strike. More strike with you. If you get the strike, you'll get the distance.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So-
So we're thinking driver, 4 wood, 7 wood.
Driver forward 7 wood at the minute.
Nice.
Yeah, good combination. To try and get away from having so many wedges at the bottom end, if we go pitch and wedge to 52
Okay.
to 58.
So is that my gap wedge currently?
So almost your gap wedge.
Yeah, okay.
So just having a gap wedge, lob wedge.
Yeah, perfect.
And you're
Yeah,
getting rid of any sand wedge.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Because you mentioned about bunkers,
Yeah.
so this is very good out of bunkers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pops them up, doesn't it?
That's nice.
That's much better. Yeah, that's really nice.
And then if we go 52, then you say you're not complicating that bottom end too much.
Yeah.
Pitch and wedge to 52, and then 58 for your chip shot, lob shot.
Have you got 52 I could try?
Yeah.
Thanks.
The chrome or midnight.
Come on. Come on. Every single time. So that's my gap wedge. So I normally hit that about 70 yards.
79 that.
79,
So we can do that in
58 and 52.
58
100%.
in midnight.
Yeah.
Covered everything long game.
It'd be cool to
Anything you
hit a
think of?
4-iron. Putter I need to do. Yeah, that will be interesting. That feels nice.
Trackman will be steaming in a minute.
I tend to pull short putts left. I'm a good putter. I feel like I'm a good putter. My fail is hooking them left a little bit.
Do you have a left miss?
I've got a left miss, exactly.
Right. And you like a mallet,
Yours.
and you like a soft feel.
Yours.
Let's measure what you do with your putter. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So your closing angle
Yes.
is very consistent, plus
Yeah.
4.9. It works on a golf handicap system. Impact angle's coming through plus, so from your setup position,
Yeah.
when you come back to the ball from that position,
Yeah.
it's coming through very slightly open, 1.5 degrees open.
Fine. Okay.
Tempo's really good, 4.6.
Yeah.
Lie angle's consistent. Your left miss could be because the putter is so up, the toe is up so much.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Okay.
So you like
All of them. All of them.
a mallet type putter?
I like a mallet type putter. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In almost the same place.
Yeah.
Look at how your impact angle is. Look how that's tightened up. So again, plus 6.2. So
It just feels great.
it's the same. Tempo was good. Lie angle was good. Shaft lean. That is very impressive. That's really good.
Did you get that? Did you get that? Tour class, that is. Tour class. Did you get all this? Did you get all this? Tour class.
Again, I think this putter will help that left miss.
Yeah.
That's going to help that left miss a little bit.
Oh, it's so nice.
Okay.
Just roll a few to that middle hole just to get
Yep.
used to the pace of this green. Right,
Okay.
so putting handicap plus 0.2. So very good.
Are we getting that? We must surely getting all that. That feels good.
How consistent you repeat these parameters. Obviously, if we can get them more repeatable, our putting handicap can get better.
Yep.
So closing angle is really, really good, look. So on average, you have 4.6 degrees of rotation. So basically from the furthest point back in your stroke to impact,
Okay.
that's 4.6 degrees.
Right.
Impact angle, again, in relation to where your putter face starts as you start your backstroke, you tend to have that a little open. So 1.2 degrees on average. If you're aiming at a hole and your putter face is 1.2 degrees open, you could miss more right.
Yeah.
than
Into the right. Yeah.
So any kind of shape on there
Yes.
that you would kind of go straight to.
So before getting this, I was always drawn to the sort of spider putter, sort of quote unquote.
Yeah, okay.
So the bigger, the heavier. From my experience with that, the
Yeah.
bigger, the heavier, the better. This feels heavier
Yeah.
than what I've got, which is actually quite nice.
So shaft lean is probably one thing that's knocked it out a little bit.
Yeah.
So you tended to add a little bit more shaft lean.
Yeah.
So a bit more loft. So how does that look?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm going in. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes. The good, even though you add quite a lot of loft,
Yeah.
the good thing is you do it consistently.
Okay.
So we
That is funny, isn't it?
we can counter that by just taking loft off.
Okay.
So you can still do what you want to do, but you'll deliver the correct loft because you're starting with better loft.
Okay, perfect. That felt great.
Did it?
Yeah, it felt so heavy as well, which I really
Yeah.
like.
Well, that was awful. We had a terrible time. Of course we didn't. That was amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have learned something as well. I feel like we have.
We learned so much, and actually the amazing thing about this is you can come here. You can book to come to Gainsborough and get a fitting with Ping. That was absolutely amazing. I've had the geekiest day, but the funnest day of my whole life, and I include in that my wedding day.
It's because you didn't hit any golf balls on your wedding.
True.
I told you should have done that.
No, I should have done that.
Thank you so much to everyone at Ping. We couldn't have had a better time. It's just been the best. Can we get some sort of wedding cake to finish the thing off?
Let's kiss.